Hull, open three. Oh, what a sight for Lexie Hull. She has needed that one to...
No Caitlin Clark. No problem. Lexie Hull torches Chicago and leaves Angel Reese stunned. Caitlin Clark's expression said everything. From the bench, she watched Lexie Hull finally shake off her shooting slump and sink a three-pointer. The Fever bench jumped to their feet, the crowd erupted, and that shot changed the energy in the arena. Even without Clark and without a true point guard, Indiana didn't back down. Instead, they played one of their strongest games of the season, full of hustle, focus, and control on every play. Chicago couldn't keep up with their playoff hopes on the line. The Fever proved they're here to fight. Show your support. Drop Fever in the comments.
We're back home, baby. Let's go. Back in the W column. Well, I got the challenge. That's a big job, baby. Point guard.
It was the kind of week the Fever didn't see coming, to straight losses, back-to-back. Just days earlier, they were riding high, dominating on the West Coast and looking like a sure bet for the playoffs. Then came Phoenix, then Los Angeles. 2 games to crushing blows. These weren't routine defeats. They were the kind that rattle a team, the kind that make you stop and question if the playoff spot you thought was yours is still within reach.
Obviously, we lost our last 2, but I don't know, that LA one felt good for us because we didn't quit. And then, life happened the other night at the Valley. So we could have looked at it like, oh, woe is me. And, we don't have enough players. And we didn't. So shout out to our group for just staying confident and staying ready because, it's a professional league and we have to be ready. And we can't make too many excuses about it because no one's going to hand us anything. So we might as well look at it for what it is and keep.
The Fever were already in a tough spot. Caitlin Clark had been out since July 15th with quad and groin injuries, and there was no clear word on when she'd be back. Then, in Phoenix, things went from bad to worse. Midway through the first quarter, Sydney Carlson went down holding her left knee, ACL injury. You could see it instantly, the pain, the frustration, and just like that, her season was done. Another tough hit for a team already running on thin resources.
Tonight?
Unbelievably proud. I think this is the most resilient team I've ever been a part of, and I say that wholeheartedly. We've had a lot of mishap happen throughout the course of the season. I think throughout the course of it all, we stay resilient, and you guys get to see us at our best when we stay together and be resilient. So shout out to my girls tonight because I think it took everybody. Everyone played a piece, played a role, and I think that's how we got the dub.
Then came the gut punch that turned bad luck into disaster in the fourth quarter of that same game. Ari McDonald went down with a broken bone in her right foot to point guards same night. Both out for the season. Suddenly, the Fever had no one left to run the offense. Losing your starter is hard enough. Losing your backup and the backup to the backup in one game. That's every team's worst case scenario.
You guys are unfortunately kind of familiar with injury updates this season, but I imagine yesterday's was probably pretty tough. Just what's the reaction been from you guys, the players, the coaches, to losing Sid and Ari?
Yeah, first and foremost, just brokenhearted for them. They're 2 really good people that you hate to see this happen to. They've been an integral part of what we've been doing, and so hate it for them. Unfortunately, it's part of the deal, and we've got to roll with it. And we've got players in that locker room who believe in one another. Players in that locker room who are as competitive as all get out. We've got versatility, and it's going to have to be on full display. So I think now it's about playing to honor them, right? And playing.
Coach Stephanie White had to think fast with her rotation shattered. She was forced to piece together a lineup on the fly. Her solution: a by committee plan to run the offense, which, in plain terms, meant they'd be figuring it out one game at a time.
This means you don't have any healthy point guards and you're not able to sign anyone for tonight's game. Just for tonight specifically, what is your plan kind of running point?
We'll have to do it by committee, certainly. We've been utilizing AB to initiate offense throughout the course of the season, so we'll use her, continue to use her. Sophie, at times this season, particularly early, ran some of the point for us as well. So we'll utilize her and Kelsey can initiate offense too. So I think the most important thing is that we aren't going to be able to do every play in our arsenal. We'll have to play a big lineup. We'll have to simplify. But we've got players who are capable of getting us into offense, and we'll utilize them.
Fans began to question whether the Fever could handle real adversity. The front office couldn't make a move. The trade deadline was already gone. No help was coming. Chicago likely thought they had Indiana right where they wanted them, bang up. Missing their star and vulnerable. The Sky had lost to the Fever every meeting this season, and this looked like their shot at payback. What they didn't realize was that Indiana had been quietly building all year. Trust, chemistry, and a kind of toughness you can't measure. In numbers, this wasn't going to be another collapse. It was about to be a showcase of team-first basketball and pure grit. The moment was set for an unlikely hero to take over and flip the script.
Williams gonna have to hurry off the dribble, rolls out. Oh, open three. Oh, what a sight for Lexie Hull. She has needed that one to drop.
Lexie Hull catching fire.
Now Chicago just needs to get it a little bit more settled here in the half court. Nurse loses it. Mitchell 2-on-1. It's a foot race. Mitchell to Cunningham. Cunningham right there for...
Lexie Hull had been battling her own mind for weeks. Every shot seemed heavier than the one before. One miss turned into 2, then 10. Her confidence was draining fast. This wasn't just a rough game or an off week. It was the worst shooting slump of her pro career in the 2 weeks before facing Chicago. She went just 2 for 25 from 3. Her mom hadn't seen her make one since August 1st against Dallas for a shooter. A drought like that doesn't just challenge your skills. It challenges your whole mindset.
What was kind of the last month like? How do you stay out of your head or listen to the right people? What is that balance like? As you know what you need to do. Take us kind of what's that like?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's focusing on doing the right thing, taking the right shots, being in the right place, focusing less on the outcome of things. Missed shots happen. It's going to happen in everyone's career. And to just really focus on getting the next good one. I think that's the whole mindset, and we know we have confidence in every single person and every shot that they take. So, it's just keep...
Lexie Hull's slump was getting painful to watch. Wide open looks, one she used to hit with ease, kept bouncing out. Hesitation started to creep in. Shots that once came naturally now came with a pause and second guessing. Her smooth, confident release was giving way to doubt, and each miss made it harder to break free. This wasn't just a cold streak, it was a mental battle, where overthinking smothers instinct and the game you love suddenly feels out of reach.
And then Lexie, what was it like to finally break out of that slump, and especially on a night when they needed you to?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels good to see the ball go through the net. But I think, every game, regardless, you're making shots, you're not, it feels really, really good to have your teammates behind you, and I definitely feel that every day, and it's fun. It was fun today to get to celebrate.
The Phoenix game was her lowest point. Hull went 1-for-11 from the field, missed all 8 of her threes, and scored just 2 points. Likely her toughest offensive night of the season afterward. Kelsey Mitchell pulled her aside for a quiet, emotional talk. She told Hull, "I'm going to count on you for what you bring every night." It wasn't just a pep talk, it was a challenge, and a reminder that her worth to the team was about far more than the box score.
Oh, open three. Oh, what a sight for Lexie Hull. She has needed that one to drop.
Hull benches up. Caitlin Clark with a big grin.
Then came the turning point against Chicago. Hull caught the ball, set her feet, and launched her first 3. With Caitlin Clark watching from the bench, the release had that old, confident feel. The ball sailed, dropped clean through the net, and the crowd erupted. Clark jumped off the bench, arms in the air, celebrating like she'd hit it herself. In that moment, it felt like weeks of frustration had finally lifted off Hull's shoulders.
Again, no Sydney Colson out for the year with the ACL tear. Lexie Hull, though, the bucket and the foul. He's dealt with so much scoring adversity lately.
Yeah, terrific baseline execution. She comes off the curl. Tell you what, this Fever team is going to be very dangerous, no matter the roster.
Oh, Lexie Hull! Heat checking her napalm error.
That one shot opened the floodgates. Hull's confidence came rushing back. And instead of shying away, she was hunting for her next look. By the end, she'd gone 4 for 6 from 3, but the real story wasn't in the stat line. It was seeing her play like herself again, cutting hard, reading the game, and moving with the joy she'd been missing.
See, that final 3-pointer kind of felt like the perfect end of that night. Just if you could just talk to me about the celebration, how much of a relief that was for you, just kind of to punctuate it like that.
I mean, it's fun. You know, that the crowd was behind us today. It's fun to walk out of the gym on a high note and on a make. And yeah, I mean, I saw the time going down, so I was trying to pull out my inner Kelsey Mitchell.
Hull's plus 20 to plus minus told the story. Her impact went way beyond the numbers. She finished with 17 points, a season high, all sparked by that one shot that turned everything round. Each make brought another round of celebrations. Aliyah Boston flashing the 3 sign, Sophie Cunningham pulling her in for a hug. Chicago didn't realize it yet, but they weren't just losing. They were about to be blown out in a complete team takeover.
Crazy that I'm like, when the song comes on, just like it's all there. Like, you just gotta believe it, and I think Lexie knows that we believe in her. Our last game in Phoenix, I think we all were just a bit emotional about everything, and I think me and Lexie had an emotional moment because, you know, no one shot well, and I want her to know that we gonna count on her for, you know, what she brings to the table every night, and I'm gonna always stand by my teammates. So you never.
Kelsey Mitchell had never been the one to run a full offense in her WNBA career. She was a scorer, plain and simple, piling up points year after year while rarely adding many assists. Mitchell's game was about putting the ball in the basket, not setting it up for others, but with the team short-handed. Desperate times called for a different role.
Yeah, Kelsey, you obviously had to play out of position tonight, kind of fill in that point. You had a season high 8 assists. Just how did you try to embrace that for this game and kind of?
Oh man, I haven't played point guard. I was telling the girls I haven't played point guard maybe since college, and so that was different. But I think it brings out the vulnerable side of me, the leadership in which I need to keep getting better at and keep growing at. I think being in this PG position kind of helps with that. And I think I believe in my team. So seeing my assists, go up is just because of these girls. We have an unbelievable chemistry when it comes to, seeing and reading each other. So I think they made me look good tonight.
Playing point guard means passing up shots you'd usually take to set up teammates. The exact opposite of what Mitchell had done naturally for 7 seasons. Coach Stephanie White pointed out that Mitchell had run the offense in short stretches. This year with Aliyah Boston and Sophie Cunningham. But taking on that role full-time was completely new territory.